Excuse the heat. It's really steaming. It's only just come off the out of the wok. So tea for this evening is my homemade. Well, yeah. So these are the udon noodles that are from Tesco's. There's a pack of two. I wasn't sure if it was just going to be one huge bag of noodles and I'd be wasting most of them, but actually no, there was two small packs inside one bag, which is great. Just throw it in the wok and it sort of just breaks up as you stir in eventually. These are what used to be called Naked Glory, but now they're called something else. Um, I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. The bag's in the freezer. But they were Naked Glory. So I think there's something like Nature's Glory or something like that. Fairly similar to what they were called before. These are the beef strips. I've bought these and then I had my mum come over with some goodies when it was my birthday, and yeah, it was like I'll treat you to some vegan food as well. So I had the beef strips, and I had a bag of the chicken, the roast chicken pieces, which I know are absolutely amazing. They are the best. And I've not tried the beef ones before up until a few days ago, where I did shove some in the air fryer for about. I overdid them so I put them in for 10 minutes, but on quite a lowish temperature on my air fryer. Um, and I thought, well, I'll see what happens. And I did manage to sort of overcook them just slightly, but they still were okay. With a load, this is just thrown in the pan with a load of pre-cut wok veg. So you've got red cabbage, carrots, um, whatever else you can see there. I've not really studied the bag. I just basically just threw handfuls in from Tesco's. And then I just added a Blue Dragon, what was the flavour? Yeah, sweet and sour. I thought, do they usually do in Chinese as a sweet and sour beef? Because I thought it's usually sort of the white meats, isn't it, that they use for things like that. So you're talking like prawns, pork, chicken, all that sort of stuff. But obviously, as a vegan, I'm not going to have any of that. But the chicken pieces would have gone well with this. But as it was the first thing that came to hand. So, and then I just basically just bunged it all together in the wok, and I've just added some of these sesame seeds on the top, just to finish it off. And I thought, well, I've never really studied, you know, for ideas, recipes and stuff. It's still okay. These pieces are really nice, by the way. Sorry to talk with my mouth full. But they are really nice. They've got like a beefy taste. Yeah, I don't know whether I'd put a sweet and sour sauce with it again. I think it's things like the teriyaki sauce. I can't think what else they would normally do with beef. Yeah, I don't know whether I'd use. It's all right. I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's. I think it's more for like the whiter sort of meats, if you like, isn't it? That they use sweet and sour sauces for. But as I said, this is the only Chinese sauce that I had in the cupboard. And it's a typical buy all the bits in. And then it's like, oh, I forgot the most important bit, the sauce. Yeah. And I'm not one for being creative and throwing things together to create a sauce, apart from when I've done like one using peanut butter and sweet chili sauce and stuff like that. That's something else I could have used, sweet chili sauce, wasn't it? Never mind, never mind. But it's done with now, so I just get eaten anyway. No, it's not bad. So, what's your sort of things that you would eat as a vegan if you're having a Chinese? Give us some ideas. It'd be nice just to hear a bit of feedback from people. I keep meaning to have a takeaway. It's been ages since I've had one. Because where we lived out in the sticks, there was absolutely nothing that delivered. And the Chinese that was in the village, they didn't do vegan food. They were like, oh no. And they worked out it was me straight away that messaged them. Yeah, they worked out it was me right away. Yeah, it's been ages since I've had a proper takeaway. Apart from when I went to a vegan market, talking about, I think it was about May time, was it? Something like that when I went. May, June, something like that. And I had an Indian and it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Really, really enjoyed it. And we've had pizzas and they're that, it's always the same pizzas that I'll have because they're really, really good. Really enjoy them from Domino's. I always have the faux chicken one. It's absolutely fabulous, really nice. And I always buy it when it's on a buy one get one free or a meal deal of some description. Yeah, so it's been absolutely ages since I've had a Chinese. It's been ages since I've had a lot of takeaway, to be honest. And the irony is there is a Chinese that's not far from where I live, and she is very good. I must go in and see whether she does any vegan food, but I have a feeling that she's not because I've had a look on her menu and I've seen that there's nothing vegan. There's vegetarian options, but there's nothing vegan. But it doesn't hurt to ask because you never know. Sometimes if the amount of people that sort of make enough noise, it sort of gets these chefs then wanting to create things to impress the customer. So yeah, there is one that is local, Tiger Bowl it's called, and it's supposed to be absolutely phenomenal, and they deliver all over the place, and their vegan options are outstanding. My son works at an Indian restaurant, and they do vegan options. And I keep asking him, do they do that vegan? And he's like a waiter, and he's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, wow, come on, you need to ask. Be part of your training, because I want to know. But I will. I'll make some inquiries. I want to ask whether they can do me a few bits and bobs that are vegan instead of vegetarian or the carnist version. So yeah, I just think the more that you ask and the more you pass to these eatery places, the more that they're likely, especially if they're small businesses, they are likely to try and do something because at the end of the day, they want the business. So there you go. I'm going to get back to this now. This is very good. Really, really good. I've been looking on Facebook today, and apparently, I know I've seen it, and I've seen it a few days ago, that McDonald's is now doing a plant burger, or they will be doing a plant burger. It depends where you're actually living, because some places have, I think it's Coventry that's first, Then there's a selection, and I'm not on the hit list of selection areas. It's a lot of places like London and Birmingham and the big places, isn't it? That are doing it next. And I think then everybody else is like Veganuary onwards and see how it all goes. And I am really, really hoping that where I am, and I live in Stafford, by the way, woo woo, that are McDonald's, and there's about 3 or 4 different ones as drive-throughs and restaurants, that they're actually going to start doing this. I know when they did some 1 or 2 new things on their menus, it caused absolute chaos. Not the vegan options. They didn't do anything, did they? I think the most they do is, I think the chips are vegan, from what I believe, and I know the apple pie is as well, she says, with a question mark. I think so. I think those are the options, and I think there was something else, but this burger is Vegan Society approved, so it has the full backing. I just hope that the McDonald's workers that work there, that actually they do, they do follow things through, because it would really put me off if I found out that somebody was given something with a non-vegan item put on there just for the fun of it, because you never know, do you? I hope not, because in some person's case it could be a life and death situation if they've got an allergy to something. So I'm hoping not, but we'll see, because I see what it's like when Costa and Starbucks, when they have new items on their menus, it causes absolute carnage on the roads coming off from the drive-throughs. So we'll see what happens. I may, if our eatery or McDonald's happens to launch the burger, I may get one just to see what it's like for the hell of it. Not that I'm saying that I'm going to be making it a regular feature, because I won't be, but I would try it if I definitely know that they were going to cook it, away from everything else, because I don't want to be eating something off a grill that's been. But then the Vegan Society wouldn't put it as a vegan item, would they? If it's going to be cooked with the other burgers. But from what I hear, it's on a bain marie or something. I don't know. I'm not very good with all these chefy terms, but apparently so. It's cooked separately anyway, so here's hoping. Right, I'm going to love and leave, because I want to eat this while it's still sort of hot. It's still burning my knees, so I'm going to say thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll be in touch soon with another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Night.